All around the world, incredible and beautiful places can be found, but there are few as beautiful and magical as the places that we compiled on this list. From sites that look as though they can't be real, to places that feel like they have to be designed by someone working at Disney, this is a list of best places that feel like a fairy tale. 11. Wisteria Tunnel. Ooh. Just take a look at this one and try to tell us that it isn't literally yanked straight from a fairy tale. How is this place even real? Wisteria is a really popular garden plant because its flowers hang really beautifully and its branches have minds of their own. It's a member of the pea family and is easily trained, so if you feel like making a tunnel of your own, a few years of work and tending should get you the effect you desire. This particular tunnel is located in Kitakishu, Japan, at the Kawachi Fuji Gardens, and it's literally a place where you could imagine fairies, princesses, and unicorns prancing through as you stroll alongside your loved ones, or by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. The best time to visit is in April and May, when the wisteria is in full bloom. But of course, that's when the Fuji Matsuri or Wisteria Festival is going on, so you might have to fight for that perfect storybook photograph. 10. Petra. Whoa. Sometimes, our world surprises us with its beauty, and this is one of those times. Can you believe that this place has been around for thousands of years, and that one of its main attractions, Al-Khazne, or this impressive temple, was constructed at the end of the 1st century AD? This incredible historical city can be found in Jordan and was a major trading hub in ancient times. Petra has come to be known as the Rose City because of the color of the stone that it's built from, and it's the most visited attraction in all of Jordan today. It's been featured in books, plays, movies, video games, music videos, and all sorts of other forms of art. Makes sense because it looks awesome. How they built this into a side of a mountain so long ago, we don't know, but we do know that they were talented and had an eye for some purely magical architecture. 9. Angel Falls. This absolutely gorgeous, and not to mention utterly majestic waterfall is found in Venezuela and is the highest uninterrupted waterfall in the entire world. It towers above the ground below at a height of 3,211 feet and has a plunge of 2,368 feet. The falls are located in Canaima National Park, plunging off the edge of the Auyan Tapui Mountain, and it's one of the top tourist locations in all of Venezuela. It just might be kind of hard to get there, considering it's located in a pretty dense and isolated jungle, so be ready to get part of the way there by plane and the rest of the way by river. It will be worth the trip though, considering the falls are 15 times taller than Niagara Falls and sport views you won't find anywhere else on the planet. The falls inspired the landscape in the Disney film Up, so you know this place honestly feels like a fairy tale, and it's been featured in multiple other movies and documentaries as well. 8. Angkor Wat. This humongous temple complex can be found in Cambodia, and, fun fact, it's the largest religious monument in the entire world. It's also called the City of Temples for its sheer size and is frequently thought and spoken of as a symbol of Cambodia. Initially, it was built as a Hindu temple, but by the end of the 12th century, it was converted into one for Buddhists. It was designed to represent Mount Meru, which, in Hindu mythology, was the home of the Devas, a Hindu deity. It spans roughly 500 acres, which is gigantic, and is surrounded by a moat, much like a castle. It's beautiful and unique, and the vines and overgrowth give it a genuinely authentic ancient feel, making it seem like a place pulled straight from a fairy tale instead of real life. Even more so than that, this looks like somewhere that Indiana Jones might have to go explore to find some ancient precious treasure, doesn't it? Hopefully there are no large boulders involved in visiting this place. 7. Avenue of the Baobabs. This dirt road, surrounded by these massive and kind of strange-looking trees, looks pulled straight from a movie. This road, or avenue, runs between Bologna Siribihina and Morondava in western Madagascar in the Menabe region, and it draws visitors from everywhere around the world and is one of, if not the most, visited area in the region. Baobabs are enormous, deciduous trees that are native to Madagascar, Australia, Africa, and Arabia, with 6 of the 9 species of the tree coming from Madagascar alone. There are between 200 and 250 of the giant trees lining the avenue, which stretches for roughly 1.63 miles, some of which reach heights of around 100 feet. These trees aren't just big, but they're old too, and can live up to 2,800 years, and they would be quite the sight to see in person. Doesn't the avenue look like something that would have been dreamed up by Disney's talent artists? Well, it's not, and you can visit anytime you want. As right now, it's not a designated national park, and there are no fees to do so. 6. Cave of the Crystals. This super sweet cave with the super-sizing crystals is located just 900 feet beneath Naka, Chihuahua, Mexico. Inside are some of the largest crystals ever found, giant selenite crystals to be precise. The largest ever found within weighed 55 tons and measured 39 feet long and 13 feet in diameter. The cave is connected to the Naka mine, and being able to enter was dependent on the mine's water pumps. However, mining operations in the mine have ceased, and the cave has again flooded and become inaccessible. When it was possible to enter, conditions were extreme, with air temperatures reaching upwards of 136 degrees Fahrenheit, and humidity between 90 and 99%. People entering could only handle being inside for up to 10 minutes unless they had proper protection, and even then, scientists and researchers could only last around half an hour. It looks straight out of a fairy tale, but it sure doesn't feel that way. 5. Paro Taktsang. This here is a Himalayan Buddhist sacred temple complex, found literally just hanging out on a cliff in Bhutan in the upper Paro Valley. It is one of the 13 tiger lair caves in which Guru Padmasambhava is said to have meditated, and, as the story goes, he meditated in the cave in which Paro Taktsang is built around for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and 3 hours, way back in the 8th century. The temple complex was constructed in 1692, and then had to have some reconstruction work done after a fire broke out in the monastery complex in the main building. If you feel like visiting, well, you can year-round, but at different times of day throughout the year, so be sure to check before you go. And don't expect to be taking any pictures, because cameras and photography are not permitted at the site. 4. St. Basil's Cathedral. St. Basil's is also known as the Cathedral of Vasily the Blessed, and it looks just like something you'd see in Aladdin. It's an old church in Moscow, Russia, found in the famous Red Square, that is also partially a museum, so visitors can learn a little bit of history when they go to check this amazing place out. It's super whimsical, what with its colors and design, and it was built under strict orders by none other than Ivan the Terrible, from 1555 to 1561. It is truly unlike any other Russian building, and is shaped like the flames of a bonfire shooting up towards the sky, and is included as part of the Moscow Kremlin and Red Square UNESCO World Heritage Site, and has been since 1990. It's colorful, fun, and quite the sight to see, and we think it would fit perfectly inside the pages of a children's book. Not literally, but, well, you get what we're saying. 3. WAITONO Glowworm Caves. This incredible cave attraction is found on the North Island of New Zealand at, you guessed it, WAITONO. Here, one will find a rare and unique glowworm, the Arachnocampa luminosa, which is found nowhere else on the Earth besides New Zealand. If you're looking to head on over to see this place with your very own eyes, you're in luck. There's a visitor center at the entrance of the cave where you can purchase tickets for an organized tour that will take you on a boat ride directly underneath the glowing insects. You will also be treated to some genuinely incredible limestone formations that come in all sizes and shapes. In the first 2 years that the cave system was open for business, roughly 500 people visited, which pales in comparison to the 2,000 that now visit every day in the summer. As you can tell, this place is popular, and it's easy to see why. It lets you get up close and personal with a childhood dream. It enables you to get inside of a children's fairy tale, and makes for one heck of an experience. It's like coasting beneath a night sky, but instead, it's worms. It's cooler than it sounds, okay? 2. Neuschwanstein Castle. A Romanesque revival place from the 19th century, Neuschwanstein Castle is located in southwest Bavaria, near Fusen, high on a hill above a village called Hohenschwangau. It's a retreat that was built in honor of Richard Wagner, and was ordered built by Ludwig II of Bavaria, who paid for it through borrowing and out of his own pocket instead of using public money. It was to be a home for the king, although he died shortly after it was finished, and was only able to spend 172 days inside. Then, following his passing, it was open to the public, and became an immensely popular tourist attraction, with up to 6,000 people visiting every day in the summer, and more than 1.3 million traveling to see the castle every year. It literally looks like a castle you'd see in a fairy tale, featuring princes, princesses, dragons, knights, and any other awesome medieval characters. 1. Mont Saint-Michel. My goodness, this place looks like a real-life Hogwarts. Except, it's totally real. This is Mont Saint-Michel. It's located in Normandy, France, and is a big ol' island and mainland commune. It's located just half a mile off the northwestern shore of the country, and measures a fairly large 988 acres. The original site on which this towering castle rises was founded by an Irish hermit who built a following of local townsfolk back before the 6th century. More than 3 million people flock to visit the island every year, and it's known as the Wonder of the West. Fun fact, the Kingdom of Corona from Tangled was modeled after Mont Saint-Michel, and it's no wonder because this place looks absolutely magical. It's almost hard to believe that places like this really exist on Earth. Like, how? Can you believe that all of the places on that list are wholly real and not pulled from the movies, fairy tale or not? Were any of these new to you? Did any of these take your breath away as they did ours? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop us a like. Also, if you don't want to miss the excellent content we put out every day, be sure to hit subscribe and keep an eye out. We'll see you next time.